Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be showing you guys how to fit the pocket that I just showed you now. It's just a very simple pocket. So it's going to be the in front of this shirt that you're seeing right here. So the very first thing I'll be doing is I will be using a collar stay. As you can see in my hand, I'm using a normal collar stay. So here is where I'll be taking the exact size of the pocket. So the pocket wideness itself is going to be a total of 5 inches. The wideness of the pocket is going to be widening 5 inches. So I'll be cutting out 5 inches from here. So I'm just going to tear the collar all straight down. You're going to get a very straight edge if you just cut it straight down. And the height of the pocket itself is going to be a total of 5.5. The height of the pocket is going to be 5.5. So I'm just going to fold. I'll be folding 6 inches first so that I'll be able to make my cuff at the edge, which is going to be like ½ inch during the cuffing out. You can see that. So I'm just going to cut that part out. You can see what I have. So this is what the pocket is going to look like. You can see a total of 5.5 height. You can see that, and the 5 inches for the wideness of the pocket. You can see that. So the next thing I'm going to do at the end parts, that's where I'm going to cut out my ½ inch. So I'm just going to make a cuff at that edge, just like that. Just a cuff like this. You can see what we have. It's very, very simple. Also, the smaller layer that will be on the pocket, which is holding the second button, is going to be the same size of the width of the pocket, which is going to be 5 inches. So this is not going to be up to 1 inch. I'm going to be using 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch. You can see. So I'm just going to simply cut that out. So that's what we're going to have at that side. So you know the width is going to be 5 inches, right? So I'll be cutting 5.5 on this one so that I'll be able to fold in ½ of an inch inside. You can see. So I'll be cutting out 5.5 so that I'll be able to fold the edge inside during the sewing aspect. So I'm just going to cut that side out. And at the edge of the collar, I'm going to cuff that edge because it also has to be round edge, right? You can see that. So I have that round cuff at that edge. So I can simply add it to my pocket. You can see that. I believe you understand what I'm doing. It's very simple. So the next thing I'm going to do is going to apply it to the fabric itself. So I'm just going to iron it. So that's the piece that I'll be using. So simply this is the wrong side of the fabric and this is the right side. So I'll be placing the gum part on the wrong side of the fabric. You can see. I'm just going to place it and I'm going to iron it. I'm using this iron because I'm working with generator. If you're working with a normal direct light, please use a steam iron. That's when use a normal industrial iron. But I'm working with generator, that's why I'm using this. So just iron it down. So I'm just going to cut out that side. You can see what I have. So what I'll be doing here, I'm going to fold the edge, which is the hem of the pocket itself. And I'm going to put an hemming gum at that point. Just put your hemming gum at that edge right there. Turn it up and give it a good ironing. You can see that. You can see the edge of the pocket, how sharp it is. So at this edge also, I'm going to do the same thing though. I'm just going to trim this part out. I want that side to be straight. I'm going to trim all the edge out. You can see that. I'm just going to trim this side out. You can see that. So I'm going to put an hemming gum at that edge also. We're folding it to the accurate size. You can see that. Iron it down. You can see what I have. So make sure you have all the edges going around of the fabric itself. So just fold it inside and use your iron to hold them down. Make sure you fold in all the edges and make sure they lay very well. You can see what we're having at the edge, how smooth that side is. You can see that. You can see that. So that's what our pocket is going to look like. You can see what we have. You can see what we have. Very smooth. So the next thing is for the smaller one, the smaller pieces. So on this one, it is quite simple. We just need to gum it and stitch it round, then do a turn up. So I'm just going to iron that side. I'm just iron it to the fabric. You can see that. I'm going to turn it backward like this, then I'm going to stitch it round. I'm going to stitch all the edges of the stay, then turn it. So this, I already stitched it as you can see. So I'm going to trim the edge. You can see that. After trimming out the edge, I'll simply turn it to the front. I'll just make a little bit of turn up. That might be a little bit tricky, but it's quite simple. It's not that difficult. If you're working with anything up to like 8 of a quarter, it is still, you'll be able to like turn it up. You'll be able to do a turn up with it. You can see that. Just push it inside. But if you're doing anything smaller than this size, this width that we are working, it can be a lot difficult. You can see what we have so far. Make sure the edges are smooth. Give it a good ironing. And we can do a direct stitching. So as you can see, this is what we're going to have. You can see how smooth that is. And this is where we have our pocket. We have our overlap here. You can see that. You can see what we have is just a very, very simple design. And if you don't want your pocket to be as big as this, you can just use the exact pocket size that you want. So all we have to do now is to place our button and attach it to the bodice. And our design is simple and ready. So now on the bodice, to get the measurement in which we want to place our pocket, if you're working with an adult outfit, the pocket is always between 9 to 10 inches. Always between 9 to 10 inches, as you can see. So from your shoulder from your shoulder, it's going to be at 9 inches circumference. That's where I'm going to use here. I'll be using 9 inches. So that's where the pocket is going to end, while this one is going to start from 10 inches. You can see. So I'm going to place that smaller one at 9 inches, and the other one is going to start from 10 inches. So you guys can see that. So between your shoulder, your normal pocket is supposed to be like between 9 inches to 9.5. So from the center point to where the pocket will start is going to be 2 and a quarter. You can see that, 2 and a quarter of an inch, 2 1/4. You can see that. So I'm going to draw the pocket to that center part. So from the shoulder to that point is going to be at 10 inches. That's the normal pocket. The smaller one will start from 9 inches. So at this side too, I'm going to measure 2 and a quarter. Let me zoom in closer so you guys can see that. 2 and a quarter. So the pocket has to end at this place. So I'm going to use So after getting the center part, I'm just going to tack it down with a pin. I'm just going to tack it down. You can see that. On this side also, I'm going to tack it down. So after getting that side also accurately, I'm going to tack it down. You can see that. So after getting that part down, that's where I'm going to stitch all around. So on this one also, so in order to get that center part, I'm just going to, you can see that, I'm just going to fold in my 5 inches. So here we have 5.5, right? You can see that's the right side. So I'm going to fold in 5 inches, 5 inch at that place, 5 inches at that place. You can see. I'm going to iron it down so I'll have an edge there. You can see that. So that's where we're going to stitch that to. Make sure that side is actually very aligned, just like the pocket. You can see what we have. So I'm going to pin that side down also. You can see what we have. So I'm going to take it to the sewing machine and sew it all around. Let me show you the result you're going to have now. So after stitching in this, what we're going to have, you can see how simple that looks. So I stitch it under, so it's not on top of the layers. So I'm just going to simply place it rightly like that. So I'm going to put my button, tack my button to it, and tack my button. So it's a very, very simple pocket design. All I just have to do now is pull my plackets and pull my piping. Just pipe the neck and close the side. So the outfit is ready. So you can see. In case you like the style, give it a thumb up and subscribe to the channel. So this is the results. This is the final result you're going to have. You guys can see it. So make sure you like the video, share it with your friend, subscribe to the channel if you're yet to subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Peace, and do enjoy yourself. God bless.